Yo, 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 it is your host back again with the most K Capri, the mentor to mentee, you popping in and tuning into the Wealthy and Healthy podcast where we talk about all things wealth and business, where we talk about things all making money, passive income, where we talk about how to make money, how to spend money, how to save money. So let's dive right in. Last week's episode was the first episode of 2025. Like I said, we are in the process of expanding the podcast. So for a couple weeks, we're gonna be stuck in this little home studio that I have where I record a lot of my music. So just bear with me. I can't wait for y'all to see what we got coming up. We're gonna have some great people on the podcast. We're gonna do some interviewing. I'm gonna have a new co-host, which is my sister. So we're going to be elevating and evaluate. Like I said on last episode, we're going to be evaluating and elevating, right? So this episode, we are going to be talking about high and low level ticket selling, right? And I want to talk about how to become a professional seller, right? How to know how to sell, right? Because once you know how to sell, you'll never go broke, right? It's a bridge that you can use to create financial freedom, right? And financial literacy creates financial freedom. So once you know how to speak that money language, you're going to be able to know how to create financial freedom, right? So how do you become a seller, right? So think about, like, if you look at drugs and you look at pharmaceutical drugs, right? Whether it's like pills, patches, anything like that, diet pills, anything like that, or even recreational drugs. I'm from Colorado, so there's like weed dispensary on every block, right? That's what I call low ticket selling, right? Because once people want to get high, it's easy to sell, right? Things like chips, things like candy, things like a hot dog stand or a taco stand. It's easy to sell, right? People, the demand is already there, so people are gonna come to you, right? That is an easy way to get money, but that's not how you make real money, right? So like I said, when you talk about low, that's a low ticket selling. That's low ticket selling. When we talk about pharmaceutical drugs, when we talk about chips, when we talk about gas, when we talk about things that are essential, but it's low ticket selling, right? It's easy to sell because it's essential. It's something that people need. Like if you go to Walmart, people are always going to go to Walmart because it's the only place you can go to where you can literally have everything. But it's such a low ticket selling that they don't have to do any ads. They are, because people already know I can just go to Walmart and get whatever I want, and it's probably going to be the cheapest place that I go to, right? So it's easy to sell, right? But let's talk about high ticket selling, right? Let's talk about cars. Let's talk about houses. Let's talk about what teachers, coaches, and what they do and how they're becoming the highest paid people right now, right? Mindset growth and personal development coaching ranges from 6 to 7 figures. It's a booming market. I know because I'm a part of that market, right? This is the age of information, right? The age of attention, meaning you have to have that information and you have to have the content that catches the attention to make you the most amount of money, right? You have to have that attention grabber. You have to have the hook. You have to have the mindset. You have to have the aura, right? So what's the difference between a buyer and a seller, right? I get this question all the time, right? What do you mean by becoming a buyer and a seller? Literally, do you want to become a consumer or do you want to become a seller, right? So the difference between a buyer and a seller is the mindset. It's the only difference. The mindset of a buyer is very I would say broke in the mind, right? You just really broke in the mind. Like, you broke people are broke in the mind, not in their pockets, right? You spend your money on the wrong things. You don't think of the future, right? You only think of cheap thrills. You don't think of what I can invest. Instead of going to Taco Bell and spending $45, I can put this in the stock, and in 2 years I can have, two to $5,000 in that account, right? Just off of putting $45 in there and forgetting about it, right? And it's so easy for us to say, okay, I can go to the bar and spend, $100 on drinks and dinner for everybody, but I can't go buy a course and spend an hour of my day, right, to sit down. Because the reality of it is some people don't even have enough time to go make some real money, right? Some people don't have the time to go sit down and educate themselves for an hour to, be able to create new avenues for them to win, right? So it's the mindset, right? That makes you a buyer. That makes you a consumer, not a seller, right? A seller is going to be able to look at any situation and look at how to capitalize financially, right? A seller is going to look at every business that they go into or every relationship that they have as a transaction, right? Not to say that that's a bad thing, but, let's just talk about, what you want to give and what you want to receive in return, especially when we're talking about getting you to where you want to be. When you talk about when you want to become a new person and you want to get to a certain level to where you're making six figures a month, or you're making six figures a year, or whatever the case may be, if you're making 6 or 7 figures a day, whatever that ceiling for you is, you have to differentiate yourself from being a buyer and a consumer from a seller and a business owner, right? So that brings me to the quote of the week, right? Let's talk about the quote of the week, right? And we have to keep thinking about, like, I would really encourage y'all to, like, take notes, right? Take note. If you're taking notes, write these quotes down, because these quotes are something that are things that I live by personally, right? So let's dive into the quote of the week. If you can't value your time, neither will others. Stop giving away your time and talent. Start charging for them. Kim Gerst, right? If you can't break things down simply, then you don't know it enough, right? Like, if you can't explain how to sell stock, if you're a stockbroker and you can't explain stocks and to a fifth grader, you don't know enough about stocks, right? So that all comes down to diving deeper, right? What is money worth to you? What is your time worth to you, right? What do you want it? Because when you find out what it's worth to you, then you can then explain to others what it's worth to you and what it should be worth to them, right? Because when something is worth so much to you, you can create a certain value, perceived value of it, right? Meaning you can create a, like, okay, so here's an example, right? I'm gonna give you a low ticket offer and high ticket offer, right? If I'm selling a shirt, say it's a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, right, and I'm selling 3 for 10, right, I'm gonna say, okay, it's cotton or poly, whatever it is, I don't know what fabric it is, but say I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna target everyone who just needs a, quick shirts. Some people buy them things at like 50 packs a piece, right? Because they just need t-shirts every day. Some people just rock plain t-shirts every day, right? So I'm marketing to them, right? Who am I marketing to? It's such a huge market that I can say, okay, I'm gonna put these in every small store, right? Low ticket offer, period. Because guess what? I'm only charging 3 for $10, right? But I'm selling them at such a high volume because I know it's such a low ticket offer, right? So when you have low ticket offers, you have to sell them at a lower value, but you have to be able to reach a higher, a bigger audience, right? When you sell high ticket offers, it would take probably a million sales for Gildan or Fruit of the Loom to make. If I was, like, say, here's my high ticket offer. If I was someone at Gucci and I wanted to sell a regular T-shirt for $1,000, or if I wanted to sell a regular T-shirt for $10,000, I'm sure they could sell a T-shirt for $10,000, right? It's Gucci or Louis Vuitton or whoever, they can sell their, just off of the brand, off of their name. It's a high ticket offer, right? I'm selling things in a high ticket. I'm selling an experience, right? I'm selling a brand, right? I'm not selling a T-shirt. I'm selling a brand. I'm selling a name. I'm selling Gucci. I'm not selling a T-shirt, right? So that's an example of a high ticket and low ticket offer, right? So it's, you have the information, right? You're catching that attention, and you have content, right? So that's the difference between, you saying, okay, this is what my time is worth, these are my time and my talents, now I'm going to start charging for them, right? Like Kim Gerst said. So if you can't break things down simply, then you don't know it enough. So dive deeper. And like I said, what is money worth to you, and what are these offers going to be able to do for your business, right? So do you have small things like, say you do keychains, or say you do, uh, you have a candy store, say you are a chef and you do catering, and you just have low ticket offers that you want to sell. These are the low ticket offers are, and there's nothing bad with low ticket offers. You're still going to make money, right? But these are certain things that you would want to add just to create a small passive income, right? Just to create small a stream of income, just to say, okay, this is what I'm going to use to pay my phone bill, or say this is what I'm going to use for gas money, this is what I'm going to use for groceries. You know what I mean? The low ticket offers are great for when you just need something coming in every single month. You just need reoccurring income, right? Now, I would say high ticket selling is when you want to create a business, when you want to, create a community, right? So when you dive deeper and you learn what money is to you, right, you can start learning what you're going to charge people for your offers, right? So how do you create these high and low ticket offers, right? So, like, let's think about like what's the purpose. Like I said, what is the purpose of low ticket selling, right? Low ticket offers. You want to create passive income, right? So when you want to create a low ticket offer, you're going to have to break it down, right? First thing you want to do is you want to find your niche, right? You want to find whatever market it is that you want to sell in. If I'm selling keychains, I might want to sell to the fashion industry, or I might want to sell to the youth who likes to buy, small little things that, people just buy little cute shit for no reason. You never know. So find your niche, find your market, right? You want to outsource and create your product, right? So this is if I say I'm a clothing line and I have a t-shirt, right? I'm gonna outsource, and if I want to go to a certain volume, I have to have a certain amount of inventory, right? So say I go buy 100 t-shirts and I just put that product on automation, right? That's the next step. You set up that automation, right? You set up your store, you set up your what is that called? When you're shipping and you're handling, you set up your website, you set up your market, your social media, so you can market, and you just set up that automation, right? And these are things that are so easy to do. These are things that are self-explanatory. These are things that you can figure out how to do along the way. It's called the flying the plane while it's called building the plane while you're flying it method. So meaning you are going to build it as you go, right? And that is the quickest and fastest way to be effective, right? So next thing after you set up your automation, you want to repurpose the content and rinse and repeat, right? I always bring it back to the rinse and repeat method, right? You create your system and you rinse and repeat it and you repurpose, right? Everything can be repurposed, right? You can have a product and have 17 different CTAs, call to actions, and have 17 different hooks and have the same offer for the same thing, rinse and repeat, right? Repurposing the content, right? So for example, say I'm a hairstylist, right? I have a salon. I'm looking to teach my customers in a more intimate way, right? I want to give them and show them how to take care of themselves, their hair more, as well as how to style it in different ways, right? Which they, of course, would pay us to do, but it's also giving them more ideas, giving them things that they maybe can do at home, right? Because we already have that sense of community. So now I want to further serve my audience and nurture that relationship, right? So I'm creating a sense of service that separates me from my competition, right? I'm separating myself from my competition. I'm giving my customers way more value, not only than my competition, but than they were expecting, right? So when you give someone more than they expected, when you give them all that they thought it would be and more, they're going to come back for more, right? So it will increase my awareness. It is going to incentivize my clients and my customers to buy from me in the future and spend their time and their money with my company, right? So I can create or pay someone to create an ebook, or they can create a website for me to where I can create, like, say, a hair care bundle, for example, to where I sell for $49 a month with a subscription to my website, to where we have an ebook or we have a blog, and we show them how to properly shampoo and condition their hair and send them the oils for hair loss, bald spots, moisturizer, castor oil, scalping. There's so many things, like, you know what I mean? Flaking cream, and then all this for $49 and $99 a month. And I get a couple sales in a month, and I just pay my car note and my car insurance, right? And then you can put that on automation, right? And you can repurpose that every single month, and that's just to create a little bit of passive income, is so that you can create avenues to where you can go and elevate yourself essentially in other ways, right? So that's an example of a low ticket offer, and what that can do for you in your business, or what that can do for you in your life, right? This is always how to utilize everything, right? So it is always about what works for you, right? If you don't have that much time on your hands, you might want to do low ticket offers. But if you're in the situation where you're in the stages of wanting to grow a business, and you're in the process of trying to create financial freedom through passive income, you want to have a mix of both. You want to have low ticket offers, you want to have high ticket offers. So that brings me into, what is a high ticket offer? So what is the purpose of a high ticket offer, right? You want to create that financial freedom. You want to have a business that can stand on its own 2 feet, right? So how do you do that? You want to find your market again, right? So your market is going to be broad, right? It gives you the more opportunity, and when you have a market, it's different than a niche, right? Your market is broad and it gives you more opportunity to capitalize, right? A niche is a small pool, and it allows you to, reach specific audiences or groups of people, and it's better for marketing, and you can find quicker results. But when you find a market, you can find this big pool of people who didn't even know they had the problem. Then you can start to narrow it down and start to figure out, okay, and now I'm talking to you specifically. This is when you want to find your market. You're gonna have to start when you have a high ticket offer. You want to start with your market, because you want to be able to find new ways to make the highest amount of money. Because when you study your market instead of your niche, your niche is something that you're the target, you are the audience, you're creating the product off of what the people that you already have or the people that you already know about need. When you want to target your market, you are then going to be able to target a big pool of people who may not even know they had the problem, who maybe you didn't even know you could serve. And there's so much more room for opportunity, right? Because it's more broad. There's more room for opportunity. There's more room for failure, right? But the broad aspect of it is you can find more opportunity. You can find more than just being in a small pool. But you can go either way, right? There's so many different ways to approach a high ticket offer or a low ticket offer, right? So then you want to study the competition, right? So when you find your market, when you find your market, you got to study the competition, right? What is the competition? What are they winning? You want to find the competition that's winning. Say if and it's always in the volume that you're working in, right? So if I say I work with 100 clients a month, I'm going to look for the competition that also works with 100 to 150 clients a month, and I'm going to look at what's working for them, what's working for their clients, what's selling for them, right? So in other words, what proven systems do they have that you can model and infuse into your business and into your vision, right? So then that's when you create your product, your income, your passive income product, right? You brand your product, you brand your vision. That's how you create financial freedom, because these are things that people cannot buy when they go to the grocery store. These are things that people cannot buy when they go to college. These are things that people cannot buy when they go to school, period. These are things that you cannot get unless you go searching for them and you go paying the high ticket offer for. These can range from $5,000 to $50,000 to $250,000. Your high ticket offer has to range from at least $3,000 to around $250,000 and up. The low ticket offer can range from $1,000 to $50. Every single offer that you give has to have some type of value, of course. So that gives me, like, let me give you an example of a high ticket offer. Like, let's stay with the hairstylist, right? So say I'm a hairstylist, I have a salon, I make around 50K a month. Say I only have one big location, so I'm doing really good in my business, okay? So I have a huge market already with the hair salon business alone, but I narrow it down to owners, not customers, right? And that's still a big market, right? It's not a niche, it's a market. It's a market of business owners who own hair salon stylists, who are stylists that own a business, who maybe they have a boutique. I mean, there's so many different things there's so many ways you can help this market, right? So for higher profit margins, of course, I'm going to then look at that market and study the market, right? So I'm going to look at the pain points. I'm going to look at what they look for when they are trying to invest with somebody. What are they trying to learn? What pain points do they have in their business? Is it bringing in more customers? Is it finding the best products? Is it finding the best products at the best price? What is that? What does that look like for them? Like, most hairstylists have a small business, and they're like a big milestone in the community, and they find it difficult to scale after a couple years, right? So I'll create my business and brand around showing them how to scale and grow their business up to 50K, right? How am I going to do that? 50K a month, right? So how am I going to do that? I'm going to show them how to find the best products. I'm going to show them how to find the best products at the best prices, how to find the best stylists that match their style, how to show their stylists how to bring in as much money as they can, right? I will then show them how to market their business to find their dream customers, right? I'll create a sense of trust, confidence. I'll give them free incentives so that they can get free value that will incentivize them to spend some money with me, right? So I'm gonna deliver this in a course, which I'll create one time, which I can always add as the market changes, right? So I'm going to create my webinar one time, right? Instead of starting another business, investing into another venture, I can dive deeper into my field and figure out how I can help and nurture the relationships that I already have, right? They'll want to get more info from me, right? So I figured I create a digital course showing other hairstylists who have businesses or want to start a business, and I will show them how to scale their business from 0 to 50K or more a month, right? So I record the course, sell it for $9.97 up to 3K, right? I get 5 or 6 sales a month, right? Maybe I set up my automation list. I put my first couple bands into setting up my automation list, email list, Facebook ads, personal or business connections. I may be even able to scale up to 9 to 10 scales a month. I recorded this course once, and I can readjust it as the market readjusts, or as the needs change. And I just made automated 5 to 10K a month, and that's on the very, very low end. So, and like I said, you're diving deeper. You're not creating a new business. You're not starting something different. You're just nurturing your relationships and creating new income off of what you already know, right? That's a perfect example of a high ticket offer, right? So when and why do you create these offers, right? So like I said, when you want that low ticket money, you're going to use that for supplies. You're going to use that for subscriptions that you use to run your business. This is going to be operating expenses, money for you to make some wiggle room, right? This is your wiggle room money, right? When you make that high ticket income, this is going to be your W-2 essentially. This is your rent money. This is your mortgage payment, your car payment, trips and gifts. This is that money you can use to play with. This is that money you can use to stack up as long as you keep your bread and your financials in order. You can use your high ticket money for anything essentially, right? So just learn your market, study your competition, right? If you're thinking about if you're thinking about high ticket, if you're thinking about low ticket, create your product based off of what you already know is needed, right? Think about what is already selling great, and think about how you can infuse that with your vision and your connections and what you know, and that will essentially separate you from competition, right? So like I said, when and why you create these offers is going to be, obviously tailored to your business, what your business needs, what stages you're at in your business. So like I said, just think about the difference between high and low level selling, and think about how this can help your business, right? What can this do for your life, right? How can you dive deeper instead of going and starting over, right? So think about how you can infuse this into your business. Think about how you can use these models, and think about how this can change, because this is how you change, right? This is how you start to create that different type of mindset, and you start to implement different proven systems, right? And this is how you're then in turn you're gonna start seeing things change. You're gonna start making money that you never thought you could make before. You're gonna start finding yourself in new scenes, and you're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be making new connections, and it's all going to be because you changed and you figured out how to master something, right? And you figured out how to do something great. And that's what we all want to do in this life. We want to be fruitful. Like I say it every single episode, be fruitful, be positive, right? Because it all is going to come back to you in one way, shape, or form. So like I said, this episode is about creating new ways to win, right? Creating financial freedom, or just creating a passive income, give you some wiggle room, okay? So again, follow, like, comment, subscribe. This is the Wealthy and Healthy Podcast. This week we're gonna be coming back with a bunch of little videos. We're gonna start expanding. Like I said, everything is happening kind of fast for me, so I'm kind of like just trying to go with the flow and still pump out content, right? And I'm always gonna be here. I'm here every week. We are back at it again, so just stay tuned. Watch us next week. We're gonna start doing daily lives on Facebook. So just tune into us. We are all in no gas, no break. No breaks, all gas, right? So, like I said, 2025, we need some motion. We call in this year 2025 motion, right? We're going to start the 2025 motion challenge, to where we are just going to keep growing our business every single week. So, again, book a call, buy the book down low. It's gonna give you the steps to create financial freedom and change your mindset. You can book a call with me anytime, so we can have just a sense of motivation, right? I always like to do 15-minute motivation and strategy calls. If anybody want to hop on a call and just learn from me, and hopefully I can learn from you as well. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow us, and we are here again every week. This is the Wealthy and Healthy Podcast. This is your host with the most, K Capri, the mentor, the mentee, and we clocking out.